Okay, let's get into this video. So today I want to share with you no BS tips that will help your music sound better. And of course, there's a lot of things that can help your music sound way better because, you know, really good music, it takes a lot of ingredients to make it sound good. But these are three things that are on the top of my list that I always keep in mind when I'm trying to make music. And this goes for any style of music that you're trying to make. I usually make house music, but this works for any kind of music. It's just stuff that you would want to try out. So I think these will really be helpful. But before we get into that, make sure to just, you know, drop this video a like and also subscribe if you're new here. So the first thing I want to talk about is a good B section. So most people, when they make their music, they usually get stuck in the loop, right? You usually make your music and then you just make one simple loop, and then that loop sounds good, and then, you know, that's that, you call it a day. But for me, what I notice is that what I do is I like to make my loops and then I also try and add a B section. And some people don't know what a B section is, but I'll just make sure I put a description of what a B section is right here just below so you can read exactly what it says, you know, the proper definition of what a B section is. If you look at right here in this project that I have, in this beat that I have pulled up here, there are two different sections, right? So there is this section right here, which is this one here where this yellow line is, this section right here. So that's my A section. And then I also have this section right here, which is my B section. So now I have two contrasting sections. So this first section here sounds like this. Let me just play it back for you. It just sounds like that. That's how it goes. You can tell it's super repetitive. It's nice, it's cool, it sounds good and all that. And then I wanted to add something that is, you know, kind of a little bit of a contrast from that A section, which is a B section, which sounds like this. So you see the difference right there, right? The difference in energy, the contrast in energy. So you want to make sure that you can play around with the energies in your music by using this B section method, by adding an A section that's nice and mellow, that has a different energy, and then a B section that has a totally different energy, so that you can have a complete idea where you can take people on a ride, where people can, you know, the song can be nice and calm at a certain point in your song, and then at a certain point it can have a different kind of energy. It doesn't even have to be like a super big energy, just like I showed you here, like a super exciting energy, but it must just be contrast. Your A section can actually even be like a really big energetic energy, but your B section can also be, you know, calm and chill, and even you can even change the whole vibe of the song in your B section. But I'm just saying that it just has to be something different to add contrast to the song, to add nice dynamic to the song, so that it's just not overly repetitive all the way. So try out B sections. I'm sure they'll really help you in your music and help your music sound way better. The second thing that I like to add into my music that I'm sure will also help your music is adding cuts in arrangement and parts as well. So what I mean by cuts is that I like to add cuts in my arrangements just to, you know, to just add a little bit of flavor into them. So if you look on this arrangement back here, what I did was I have this section here, so you can see how it's transitioning from the A section going into the B section. I added a cut. You can see that there's spaces right here in between here. So that's just a cut that I did just to stop all of these sounds here to not play, and then just cut them out. What I could have even done was even cut out this sound, but I left it in there. So you don't have to completely like do like a tape stop that's normally popular in hip-hop music, where you do like a tape stop, like you know, but it's just, you know, cutting out like a bulk of all your sounds and then stopping them and then just letting a few play, and then the music comes back in. So just take a listen to this section here. So just like that, just that little cut there really helps. So you can do this anywhere in your arrangement. And then another thing that I also wanted to talk about when it comes, because this was the arrangement cuts, right? So when I want to talk about the cuts of the parts is the bass. I want to talk about the bass here, which I also added some cuts to. So here is my bass. So my bass is this track right here that I just enlarged so that you can see a bit more of it. So what you can see here is it has different parts. This is kind of like the main part of the bass, which is this one right here. But I also have these 3 cuts that I added here, and the one that I added there, and the one that I added there. But they are all stemming from this one main structure of a bass, but I then just cut it up and then just put it in these certain places. So then I just cut those pieces and then put them in different places, so that at this section here is just holding one note. And then it just stops, right? It's not continuing all the way, so I just cut it up like that so that it's different, so that when people expect it to keep continuing, it doesn't. So that's a little bit of a surprise, so that the song is not super repetitive and the same all the time. And then at another section, it just starts with that same note and then it continues here. Just like that. So adding those nice little cuts, you can go crazy with this. I've seen a lot of people go crazy with how they chop everything up in the arrangement to just add some really nice interest and to, you know, add uniqueness to their tracks, so that your music is not super predictable. Because sometimes when a song, especially house music that is super long, it can get repetitive and people can just know exactly what's going to happen before it even happens. They know what to expect. But adding these cuts and adding all these things will help your music sound better. It'll keep people engaged by keeping them surprised by random sounds and random cuts that you can do. You can just have fun with it, take your time and just do that. And the last and final thing that I'll say is you want to add to your music to, you know, to make your music sound better is to add unique grooves. Like, it's easy to get caught in a trap where you make music that sounds like everyone else's music, and you know, you're not really adding anything like that's new or offering people something that sounds totally new. You're not embracing, you know, uniqueness, and you're being shy to be unique and being shy, you know, to do something that's totally different. And you can actually show that in your grooves, especially when you make hip-hop music or house music. Try do something different than what everyone else is doing. Everything else can be the same, but try something different. For me, I like to add a different swing to my drums, a different swing to everything. And right now I've been really feeling like changing up my kicks, right? So you know that house music usually has a 4 to the floor kind of drum, but in this track, as you can hear that the kicks are not like the 4 to the floor. The kicks sound like this. It's totally different. It's not just the boom, 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 just the continuous thing all the time. So it helps the track sound way different. And then the way you also arrange and the sounds that you add to the track just make it sound different. So that's one way that I added a nice swing to this track, right? So if I play the drums and some of these other cymbals here, they sound like this. It still sounds like something you've heard before, but it just has a different, unique groove to it. If you check out my previous video that I dropped, it also has a unique drum groove. It has a unique feeling, so that the song itself becomes memorable to people. It can sound different. It can sound unique. People can actually respect it. People can remember it and be like, yo, what is that song? It will improve your music. And I know it's something that's really scary to make something unique, because most of the time right now, because of, you know, the whole type beat type of situation, we all want to copy someone who inspires us or something that worked for someone else. But don't be shy or don't be scared to also do something that is unique. It will really help you stand out from everyone else by helping people remember you and remember the music that you make by being unique. So don't always stick to the same formula of, you know, 4 to the floor or the same groove or anything like that. Be unique. We're all different as human beings anyway. We all have different ears and all of that. And I'm sure you even have different things that you add to your music to make it sound unique, which is stuff that I also would love to know that you might want to share down below in the comments. So make sure to add to this list. How do you make your music sound unique? How do you improve your music? I'm sure your tips will help other people too. So make sure to drop a comment on this video. And if you want anything that I've used here on my channel, like drum kits and sound packs and anything like that, make sure to check the link down below. If you want to support the channel, make sure to hit the join button. You can also drop a super thanks. I'll really appreciate that. But other than that, I'll see you in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.